Welcome to another edition of Checking In from the Road, and today's guest, Art Alexakis from Everclear. Tonight, you will be at the Town Ballroom with the Ataris and the Pink Spiders, and you are about a week into the tour. Tell us how it's going so far.
It's been great, man. Like, really great shows. Really a lot of excitement over the new record and the single and the video. It's been great. Um, we've had issues with our bus, but apparently it's an industry-wide thing where everybody's generators on the bus are dying because they sat for 2 years during COVID. So that's an issue right now. Just trying to find power. For, it has been the bus is running, but we can't charge our stuff. Anyway, those are 1% problems. On the whole, the tour's been phenomenal. Thanks for asking.
All right. So, what can we expect tonight at the ballroom?
A rock and roll show, man. We're gonna play all our hits like we always do, like a very frustrated band. We're gonna play their hits, all our fan favorites, and we're gonna play our new single, "Sing Away." That's been going really great. We started playing that on Friday, and great response. And let's see what else. Just anything, anybody. If people want to hit us up on social media, and we get it in time, we'll put a song in the set list if we know that song, if we do it.
All right, so you guys have finally come out with a live album. Live at the Whiskey A Go Go just came out last week. Tell us about the how that all came to be.
Well, we, as you might know, last year was our 30th anniversary, so we had a 30th anniversary tour. And the last show of that tour, we booked at a small place in Hollywood called the Whiskey A Go Go, legendary place. And about 3 or 4 weeks before that show, I got hit up by a friend of mine who used to work for Capitol and now works for an independent, a pretty good sized independent called Sunset Boulevard Records, and asked me if I wanted to do a live album. And I said yes, and it sounded like a good idea. So we recorded it. It came out great. We mixed it up, and it just came out on Friday. And we threw a couple of studio tracks on there. A song we recorded last year called "You're the Tiger," and also a song that we recorded this year. But at the same time, I had written and recorded it for my solo record that came out in 2019, an album called Sun Songs, and it was much more acoustic sounding. And it always felt like it should be an Everclear song, so we redid it. And we filmed about 3 weeks ago. We filmed a video for it, and it came out phenomenal. And it's just fun to be out there doing the thing again with a new single and a little buzz about the band and people feeling excited about it. It's fun.
Yeah, so speaking of Sing Away, the song there, tell us how that song came to be. A very powerful song with the subject matter and everything.
Well, I'm the father of daughters, and I suffered through bullyism when I was a kid and suicidal ideation, and I, as have both my daughters, and it's just something as a parent to see your children get bullied and having mental health issues, which just about every family does. Whether they talk about it or not. And it's just something I wanted to just bring to light. And I had read a couple of things about different children, and a friend of mine, child, had tried to kill themselves a couple of times. And I just found it was just felt like something I needed to write about. So, like a lot of my songs, a third of my songs are autobiographical. Another third of my songs are just like this song. I take things from my life and things that I know about, heard about, or read about. I create characters from that. And then that's what this would fall into, this song. Then sometimes I just write songs. I just write them from an idea, and I create characters and create situational incidents. And if I'm doing my job correctly, you can't tell which is which. That seems to be the case a lot of the time.
All right. Black is the New Black, the last studio album to date. It's been a while. Any plans for a follow-up at all?
Nope, not at all. I had no urge to make a whole new record. I've done, 10 Everclear records and a couple for other bands, and I produce records for other people. I like the model we're in now. We're just going to record a couple new songs a year, put them out, working with singles. And that seems to be where the industry's going to. So that sounds like fun to me. I mean, super serves our fan base. It gives us something new to do and have a new song to put into the set. Every year. That sounds like fun. Going into the studio for a year and a half doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah, obviously it's a whole different animal nowadays. But where do you feel the state of rock is at today?
I don't know. People ask me that question. It's one of those. I mean, I'll give you a young people perspective. We are coming from a place where, I'd say a quarter or more of our 25% of our people coming out to shows are young people in their teens and 20s that some of them weren't even alive when songs came out back in the day, And
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited that, when I talk to them, they're there because they don't feel like there's a lot of contemporary rock right now that really speaks to them. They feel like the 90s was the last vestige of that. And they just kind of go through the 90s bands, find the ones that they like the best. And a lot of them are becoming Everclear fans, I think, because of the lyrical content. I don't think people are writing stories anymore, not so much, storytelling. And I think that really appeals to a lot of people.
So, where it's going now, the rock scene, are you comfortable where it's heading, or how do you feel about that?
I don't think there is a rock scene, brother. That's what I'm telling you. I don't think there is a rock scene. I think it's just different people are doing different things, and we're just doing our thing. I don't see a big upswelling of young bands that all felt like they're part of the scene like they did in the 90s. I don't see that happening. But you never know. It doesn't mean it won't.
Yeah, so one of the best tours I ever came across was the Summerland tour. Tell us how that all came to be and how it all came out. You guys went out there and did that for a couple years.
Oh no, we did it for 7 years, and we're still doing it. We're planning one for next year. I'm just trying to get the bands that I want, so I won't talk much about that. But I really feel like there's, Summerland came just because everyone knew there was going to be a 90s resurgence. It was just a matter of when. And even though I think I might have jumped the gun a little bit, we had some really great tours, and we still are. And I think there's a lot of people who are really excited about the possibility of, just of what's going on. So, yeah, I think it's exciting. Of just going out, and there is a level of, I think, a heavy level of nostalgia, a healthy level of nostalgia, rather. But also, all these bands that I bring out are really working bands. They're not like sitting around waiting for their royalty checks playing golf. These people are out working and still chasing the carrot of just trying to make a living with music. They're journeyman rockers, and I know some people might look at that as a bad thing. It's quite the obvious for me. I like bands that feel like there's nothing else they can do in the world because it's real for them, and they go out and they put 100% into it every night. So that's exciting to me.
Yeah, I like the way you guys, at least the first year, how you guys came out there and introduced each band. I thought that was a unique concept, and I really liked how that went through. That
Yeah,
first tour, I really enjoyed that one.
we did that for the first 4 or 5
Hmm.
tours. Um, yeah, it's something I'd like to get back into doing. That was just old school. The way I came up in the business of the radio shows where you'd have all these bands, um, you know, just locking into um, all these bands coming out and playing their hits and a few fan favorites and quick sets, and then you get out of the way for another band. And it's just a situation where I really feel like the uh, the fan wins,
Hmm.
during that situation. So that's exciting to me.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time for checking in here on the road. Any last thoughts you want to share or anything else before I let you go here?
Man, I hope people come out tonight. This is a great club we just got in here, and it's great to be back in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Glad to see you coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, best
Appreciate
of
it.
luck, and we'll see you later tonight. Have a great show.
See you tonight.
All right.
Thanks.